Hey guys, Solomon here. Welcome back to Terraria Season 2. It's been a while since my last video, and there's been 2 updates since last time. I'm not going to cover absolutely everything, but I will point out what I do have here in my house to show off. So, for starters, let's talk about the first major addition here, which is one of the new NPCs. This is Paris the Party Girl. I did not mean to throw my machete, but basically what it is, she will sell you party stuff. So you can buy confetti guns and confetti from her, smoke bombs, bubble machines, fireworks, and later we can buy firework rockets from her, but right now they're not available. Nor can I afford most of this stuff at the moment, but we'll come back to that later. It's just party stuff, nothing really special. Up here we have a weapons rack. You can craft this using a bit of wood, and when you right-click on it with an item in your hand, you can place the weapon on the wall there. If you have another weapon in your hand, you can replace them, just like that. And if you have an empty hand, you can just take them off the wall. Now, to talk about what I just got off the weapon rack, the katana there, that, along with the tiger skin rug here, along with the G I'm currently wearing, are all items you can get from another new NPC called the Traveling Merchant. The Traveling Merchant will show up randomly, will only be around for a single day, and will sell about 6 items out of 30, plus a couple that he or she always has by default. So, they're usually a little bit expensive, but when you do have a traveling merchant, it's a good idea to at least check and see what he or she might have. Now, another thing new to this update is that we can now name chests. So, I can actually now just label all my chests so I know exactly what I will find in those chests. I need to sort everything out a little bit better later, but oh, well, speak of the devil, there's a traveling merchant right there. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to afford anything he or she may have. But yeah, so moving on from chests for a moment, let's take a look in this chest, the Creatures in Cages chest. In here, we have all kinds of different creatures that I have recently caught, using something you can now buy from the merchant, which is the bug net. After you catch creatures, you can create something called a terrarium from glass, and you can make little cages for them. So, just like the little bunny up here, I can keep them as pets inside my house. Another thing you can catch animals for, such as the grasshopper here and the firefly, as you might notice, they have what's called a bait power. What that basically means is, I deposited it here somewhere, but there is actually now fishing rods in the game, so you can use these to catch fish. I had a fishing rod earlier, and I don't know where it went. Well, I'll show off fishing another time then. So here we have a new kind of crafting item. This is the Heavy Workbench. This allows you to craft stone letters and numbers. So if you really want to, you can spell out your name in lettered statues. I don't really care to because I'm not that vain. Over here we have a ton of money I just put on the ground because now we can create coin piles. So by placing coins on the ground out of your inventory, you can just basically create these little background piles and add a little decor to your house. If you want to create your own vault, you can do that. You can just leave money lying around. But it won't be terribly safe from any of your friends. Which is why, if you're playing on a server, it doesn't hurt to invest in one of these. This is a piggy bank. You can also buy this from the merchant, and this is basically a private inventory. The contents will always be the same no matter what piggy bank you access with a character, so it's just a limited space of 40 inventory slots, but you can access them from any piggy bank across any server, and it's private to you exclusively. If anyone else tries to use the piggy bank, they will get only their own private inventory. And you cannot rename the piggy banks, unfortunately. Also, we have a dresser here, which allows you to change your clothing color. So, if you aren't happy with the way your clothes are, or if you want to change your colors later on, you can just change them through here. Now, there is a way to change your hairstyle and a few other things, but I can't show those off right now, so for now, let's actually move on to what I'm really going to be doing today. Today, we are going to head to the west in order to explore the corruption. Now, just to show off my map here for a moment, I did explore the corruption to the east in a previous attempt. And it did not go very well. I got through the corruption, I ended up on the other side over here, found a lovely little area, ran into another area of corruption, kinda got angry over that, went to explore these tunnels down here, found some nice items, and then got killed by a boulder. So that said, let's take a look in my inventory and I can talk about some of the items I found. I found these Hermes boots, I believe I found those. during that failed recording. Putting these on will allow you to run faster after a little bit of a charge-up time. And also the magic mirror. This is actually one of the more important items I got, because by left-clicking with it, you basically teleport to your spawn point. So I'm going to hold on to this because this is definitely a very useful tool to have. So while the sun is high, let's go ahead and start moving to the west here. I know I'm moving to the right, but this is Terraria. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It's moving from left to right, so the west is to the right. Just a note there for anyone who may be playing this game. If there are ever messages that say something is coming from the west, it's going to be coming from the right. It's a bit of backwards thinking, but there you go. So here's one of the traveling merchants I was talking about. And right now what he is selling is pho, which is... okay, he's selling fezzes. Oh shit, I wish I could buy one. Oh well, maybe next time. But yeah, so he sells this little minor improvement to all stats thing, similar to like the cooked marshmallows and the cooked stew you can make. It's paint sprayer, you can buy sake from him, extendo grip, which increases your tile reach, and the ultra bright torch. So these are just a few things you can buy from him. Not all of them, obviously, because he only sells like a handful at a time, and not all of the 30 he can possibly stock. But if you're lucky, you can get something from him. Now, it's worth mentioning that I do have a few extra rooms open within my, within both Snowbase Alpha there, and also on the floating island. I put some torches up, so we might get some new NPCs in this video. I don't know for sure. But now I'm going to cross over here, and welcome to the Corruption. The Corruption is not a fun place to be, because you have these things, the Eaters of Souls. These things, they like to eat your soul. Also, you have all these very deep crevices, which you need to be very mindful of. And, well, there's ice slimes as well, but that's because this is a corrupted snow biome, so that's the explanation for that. And if I keep going this way, we'll eventually get out of the corruption after a bit. Thankfully, it's not a very huge corruption, and I'm also not running into that many Eater of Souls. That's kind of disconcerting. Well, in any case, the corruption is good if you're looking for some peculiar ingredients, like that vile mushroom I got there. And also, if you kill the Eater of Souls, and another enemy that we'll definitely run into eventually at some point, when I actually decide to brave the depths of the corruption, you can get something called Rotten Chunks, and those will be important later. For now, let's just keep heading to the west here. So I will admit there was another failed recording, so if you see a few places where I obviously dug some stuff out, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I was having some issues with the way I was changing up my recording setup, and, well, as a result, I lost a little bit of footage, so I'm kind of starting this all over from where it was before. Well, I suppose one thing I should mention, before I get too far ahead of myself here, an item I actually crafted since last time, I'm pretty sure I didn't have this last time, is the grappling hook. So you make a grappling hook by getting hooks from skeletons or those Vikings, you make a few chains from lead or iron, and then you can make a grappling hook. And by pressing E while it's in your inventory, you can basically grapple to surfaces. So combined with something like the cloud in the bottle, that's pretty darn good. Now that has reminded me, I actually haven't pointed out something about accessories now. We can actually toggle on and off being able to actually see the accessories on your body. So I could now just run around with this cloud in a bottle on my hip, and I can do the same with pretty much all of my accessories if I really want to. There's even now social and die slots for inventory, so that's even better. But I guess I haven't really been talking about it. We're in a desert biome right now. This is a great place to get sand and cacti and water leaf, which is another potion ingredient. So if you ever want to get any of those items, you can get them here. But let's cross the desert now. Let's see, what do we have here? We got a little tin ore here. Alright. A little bit never hurts. And we got purple slime, so we're now past the... oh gee, what is it? Like the 1/3 place away from the spawn point? Something like that? Basically, it means we are now going to start encountering some harder enemies here. so let's get some berries here. Keep going. So, yeah, there's still a few torches from where I've been this way, but we're getting close to where I actually had to stop the recording, so we're actually going to see some new stuff here, and I'm probably going to be a little surprised afterwards. Here's a cave down here. Alright, this is all new. Oh yeah, definitely all new through here. Alright, got a nice little bit of goodies there. What's in this chest? Throwing knife, shuriken, and silver coin. Alright, we'll go ahead and loot everything and then take the chest with us. Take some more cobwebs, because those are always useful, and I'd rather not brave any spider nests if I can help it. Some more tin. Don't need more tin. Oh. What the? Oh, is that a goblin? Hello. Okay, so this is a goblin scout. Oh. Okay, I didn't know he jumped like that. Does he just jump? He jumps in response to my... Did he actually jump in response to my weapons? No, he doesn't. He just jumps because of that ledge. Alright, well, goblin scouts are kind of a rare-ish enemy to run into, and when you find one, they will drop tattered cloth. I can use that tattered cloth later to do stuff. For now, though, this is the dungeon. This is not a fun place to be. What's more, we actually, well, properly, we can't really go into the dungeon. As you might notice, however, there is a new buff in place called the water candle, and what this means is enemies are now going to spawn a lot more often. Let's take this dungeon bookcase, which is pink. We got a pink dungeon. And the traveling merchant is left. Alright. So, I was kind of hoping I'd find some actual stuff here I can actually use, like books, but unfortunately it looks like I wasn't so lucky. So we'll go ahead and take this water candle with me at least, because water candles are actually, they can be a handy item if you want to spawn camp stuff. But they only work when they are placed down, I believe. Well, you want to hold it if you want to actually place it down, or hold it if you want to use its buff. Right, that's how it works. In any case, it's starting to get a little dark now, so just to take shelter underground, let's go down here. So I guess I never really explained why I can't go deeper in the dungeon. Let's just say I'm not ready yet. I have to do something peculiar before I can head down there, otherwise I will be killed instantly. So, to avoid getting killed instantly, I'm gonna just explore up here near the surface instead. Unfortunately, this seems to be a dead end, so it looks like I'm gonna just have to hang around here for a bit until night has fallen a bit more. So let's put up some torches all through here. So I guess I never did explain why I didn't talk to that old man. Well, that has something to do with why I can't go into the dungeon yet. And I will explain one day, but for now, I want to actually go ahead and see what's on the other side of the dungeon. Because if we're already at the dungeon, that means we're relatively close to the end of the world. I just need to get up there is all. Well, let's go ahead and light this up here. Mood lighting inside the dungeon, that's nice. Slide down here. Put some torches up there. Zombie trying to get me, and he can't. And you can kind of get a peek of what's in the dungeon down there. Nothing incredibly important, and now this guy's turned around, he's coming back for me. So cross that body of water. Let's see, we shouldn't be too far from the edge of the world here. For some reason I can't put down a torch there. Oop. Let's see, stuff to talk about. So, the gi I'm wearing, actually, as you may have noticed, adds a little more defense than what I had before, and also, it actually boosts my damage and critical strike chance for physical stuff, as well as increasing my melee and movement speed, so that's also great. And the magic hat, nope, sorry, I'm not actually wearing that. Scratch that, reverse it. Go over here. Where is it? I can't be that far away from it. Oh yeah, I guess it's worth saying that I'm not terribly afraid of the dark anymore. Just about not knowing where I'm going. Oh, could this be the start of it? Might be getting close-ish here, but no, this is just a lot more resources. Alright, well in that case then let's just go ahead and mine out some of this stuff up here. And let's move on. So one of the great uses of the grappling hook here is that I can just kind of grapple to a spot like this and just kind of hang around until I've done everything I need to do. And the katana is really good for attack, so there's that. Man, these pumpkins spawned out a lot further than I thought. Oh, hello. Desert again. Okay. What is this? Is that just water? Okay. Wasn't expecting another desert this far out here. Okay. Well, there is a sinkhole there as well. You know what the heck. Let's see what's down there aside from a monster now. Not much it looks like. Okay, well in that case we'll come back to it later. Probably some spawn error, like it was a cave or something and then, like, nothing happened. There's a hole and then the sand fell down to fill it. Or, you know, maybe what this is... Oh. Oh, yep, this is... Oh, what the heck? Oh, is this the new NPC? The Sleeping Angler. Okay. The new music seems to indicate as well that... Yep, okay. Well, let's see what the Angler has to say. Alright. So, what we can do, we can take quests for the Angler. Alright, so the way this works, we have to catch a zombie fish. So, I'm guessing now he's gonna go and take a place in one of my... Yeah, he's probably just gonna take one of the rooms in my buildings now, which is good. But he basically gave us a hint. If we go to the forest and we go fishing, we might find a particular kind of fish. But this right here, this looks to be the ocean. And there are, well, there's a few interesting things you can find in the ocean. But the problem is, I can't breathe that well, and also I can't see that well either. Also, there's some pretty bad mobs that can spawn down here. So, we'll save the ocean for another day. For now... let me just clear myself a little bit of room to, be able to safely get out of here. Gotta kill these things first, it seems. Stupid demon eyes. Alright, now that I'm relatively safe, we'll put on the magic mirror. Let's go get that fallen star real fast. Switch to the mirror, and now I'm back home. Oh, he actually did take residence in my house. Okay, I didn't realize... Well, it's probably because I added the dresser. Right, okay, never mind. Comfort item and a table. There you go. Alright, well, now I have two NPCs in my place. Well, at least the Angler's right here. That's kind of good, because I do actually want to have the quest NPC in my house. So yeah, he's like a quest NPC now, so you can ask him for quests, bring him what he wants, and, well, we can do that. So, I guess this is probably a good way to segue into how to use the fishing rod, if I can ever find out where I put mine. What, did I just put it in one of these chests randomly? Did I never actually make it? I swear I made one. Okay, this is gonna take a moment.